Hey everyone, it's Beth, and today we're going to be making a decorative crate, and we'll be using 2 of these little signs. They're like little boxes from Dollar Tree, and these are stir sticks I got in a 100-pack from Amazon. You can use rulers or regular stir sticks, hot glue, Mod Podge, home decor wax, and 2 pieces of this scrapbook paper from Hobby Lobby. I started by removing this little border that it had on there. It was a little more difficult to get off than I thought, but it didn't take too long, about 5 minutes to scrape it all off. I just used a flathead screwdriver and then sanded it down. Wasn't too bad. And then I took one of the little signs and the scrapbook paper, put the Mod Podge on the very front and one of the sides. And then I took that scrapbook paper and I placed it on the side, just like that, and folded it and put it over the front of that box, smoothing it out. And then I flipped it over and did the Mod Podge on the other side of the sign and folded the scrapbook paper again, smoothing it out, making sure it was stuck. And then I cut off the excess on that side. And then cut off the excess part that hangs over that bottom piece. So right now it is on the 2 longer sides and the front. Next, I took a piece of that paper I had cut and folded it on the side just to get the measurement and cut along where I had folded. And then took the Mod Podge on the top part of that sign and then placed that scrapbook paper there, and then did the same thing to the bottom side. So it'll be completely covered in that scrapbook paper. And once those 2 signs were covered in the scrapbook paper, I did a coat on the outside of it, of the Mod Podge. I did the front and all 4 sides of each of those. And next I used the home decor wax and put some on the stir sticks that I had used. I ended up using 14 of them, and I just spread that on them, took a baby wipe and rubbed them all in. It just smooths them out, giving them the wood finish. So I did that on the fronts, the sides, and the backs of these. And once everything was dry, it's time to put the crate together. So what I did was stood the sign up. So it was the longer side of the sign down on my desk. I hot glued one end of the stir stick on the very corner, and then hot glued another stir stick on the opposite corner. And then I took the rest of the ones I was going to put on the bottom and just lined them up before gluing them down, just spacing them out how I like them. And once I had them where I wanted them, I just lifted each one of them up and hot glued onto the sign and glued those into place. And I did that for all of those. And once that side was all done being glued, I took the other sign and I hot glued the very corner and just placed that first stir stick down. And then I lifted the box on end and just pulled out the stir stick a little bit just to get some hot glue behind it, and hot glued each of the other sides down. And next I put it back so those stir sticks that I glued down are on the bottom. And then I took one stir stick, put hot glue on either end of it, and just tucked it in between each of those and hot glued it to the front part of the crate. Then I took another one, hot glued either end, and tucked it in there and put it on the top part. So it'll look like that. And then just did that, so I ended up having 4 on the front part of the crate, and then 4 on the back part of the crate. And this is what it looks like when it's all put together. I just think it's adorable. You can do so many things with it. I let my daughter have it for her books. She loves it. Thank you guys so much for watching.